kui kama take dida mi adakon dida Wara ingo tweet ngangore ngisa kundu binira donganza Arisaka otesko senira dani desa.
Hi friends and fam, welcome back to another YouTube video. This is a sit down of my birth story. Guys, it has been long since we've been on the Red app, but a lot has been happening and we really sincerely apologize for that. Like after my daughter's birth, our grandmother passed on, so we've been going through a lot with the healing of whatever postpartum and then grieving at the same time. There's just been a lot happening. Okay, disclaimer guys, if you hear baby crying, just know who it is. You know who it is, our new addition, right? So as you can see in this video, my husband Rivaldo won't be joining me because I just felt like I want to do this alone. I want to do this on my own, like my birth story and stuff. Anyway guys, yeah, the way this girl came was just something else, like traumatizing, full of emotion, frustration, all those things. So I don't know where to begin, but let me start where I found out one of the things that like just got me, should I say depressed or what, when I found out that I was pregnant. So was it 2 years back that I was at a very big corporate company. I was helping out, I was working there for like 3 months. And last year they called me back. They were like, oh, we have a position for you, Mind you, 2 days prior this, I found out that I'm pregnant. So I come there and then we start discussing things of like, yeah, the payroll and what I'm gonna do and a whole interview me. And they basically already gave me the job, ne? So but we had to come to mutual agreements of how much they're gonna pay me and stuff. And then boom, the lady goes like, but we can't no, they first asked like, are you on any family planning since you got married and stuff. And I'm like, nope. And then they are like, okay, like, do you think of babies? And have we thought of babies since I'm married? And I was like, no. I lied because I mean it has only been 2 days since I found out that I'm pregnant. So I had to process it myself. So I was like, no, like I want to finish studying before that comes in and stuff. And they're like, okay, cool. Because and then the lady goes like, we can't employ you if you are pregnant. And I'm like, okay. So maybe I was showing signs of pregnancy or what? And I was like, no, I'm not. And she's like, are you on medical aid? I'm like, no. She's like, okay, but we have to test to make sure you are not pregnant. And I'm like, oh, okay, no. And in my mind, I know I am, but I was like, no, I can go do that right now. And then I'll come back with the test results. And they were like, where are you going to do that? I was like, no, I'm just going to buy a tester here down the stairs by the pharmacy. And then I'll test and then I'll get back to you guys. And then they're like, okay, no, fine. Then we'll continue this conversation after we get the results. I was like, okay. So in my mind, this lady also, maybe she was just like, this one is pregnant, ne? So I was like, okay. And then, guys, I just walked to Hungry Lion and I bought myself ice cream. And then I just sat at a random place in town square and should I say I was sobbing, and that ice cream was giving. So now I had to call my husband and tell him that this whole excitement of getting the job that I've been waiting for has gone into like a whole, I got into a whole state. Imagine in town, just in a random place, you are just sitting there crying your lungs out. So that is what happened there. So, but during my pregnancy, I had to remind myself that my daughter is a blessing. Ne? Because with all these things happening, you think, God, what do you mean? Why is this happening? Like, was this baby supposed to come now? Was I supposed to get the job? Is the baby blocking my blessings, or what is happening? So I had to constantly remind myself that my baby is a blessing, and whoever is going through that, a baby is. Fast forward to now, February. On the 23rd or the 24th, my sister-in-law comes from the coast, and it's now enjoyment, guys. With this big tummy, I was following these people around. Mind you, they were like, we are having beer, what will you drink? And what? That day, after not having alcohol for so long, I was like, I want to taste Savannah Angry Lemon. And then I get that and I follow these people around, and we sunrise. And mind you, I have contractions, but all I do is this. I was just doing this. My husband is asking, Livy, is she alright? I'm like, I'm fine, why? And next to it. And then we come back home, and I start getting frustrated, man, because the pains, the contractions are getting worse, and these people are just out lying around everywhere, in the living room, on the couch, another one on the bed, on the floor, everywhere. They just people. And I'm like, okay, how am I gonna prepare myself now? And my hair looks like I don't know what. So I decide, no, I'm gonna pack my things, my toiletries, and then I'm gonna go to my mom's house. So I go to my mom's house, and then I just take a shower, and then I tell my mom to just quickly like do my hair, like just, you know, those cornrows with the pantyhose. And my mom say, come after, man. She's like, this one, something is not right. But still, ek hou my sterk, guys. And when she asked, I'm like, no, I'm fine. Like, that's not fair. And that night, guys, I did not sleep. I was just sitting and doing the same. So I called my mom and I'm like, I've been having contractions this whole time and it's getting worse. And she's like, okay, no, you don't want to go to the hospital early because then it will be a whole process. So let's come hold a top and see, like, it comes in intervals most. So let's see how fast it gets. And then she's like, just call me and then I'll come and get you. And my husband is asleep, so I also don't want to bother him because we sunrise and he's tired and what. And then the things get worse, and then I decided, no, I'm not even calling my mom. I don't want my mom to be there because my mom is extra, so I'm requesting a Yango. I request a Yango. I already had my things prepared, like my hospital bag and the baby's bag and stuff. And then I wake my husband up. I'm like, Leafy. My husband is not waking up. No, my husband is not waking up. The Yango comes. And then my husband is like, are we going? I'm like, no, it's fine. And then I tell the Yango, I'm not ready yet. I'll just request another ride. And then the Yango goes. And then my husband is like, babe, we need to go now. I'm like, yes. And then I call my mom. My mom takes long. Guys, I was like this on the couch, just doing that vup thing. That is all that was keeping me calm. And then my mom comes and we went now. So guys, I'm dying of contractions. That is literally how I walked into that hospital, like this, while my mom was holding me one side. And then the nurse is like, what is happening? Is it that time? And my mom is like, And then she's like, come, let's go check. And then she puts her hand in. Sorry guys, she puts her hand in, and then she's like, there's no sign of delivery. And I'm like, what with all these contractions. And she's like, yes, so how are you paying actually? And I'm like, no, I cannot, I honestly cannot deal with this. And then she's like, okay, no, then we have to see the doctor. Yeah, the nurse says I need to see the doctor. And then the doctor comes, I go into sauna, the doctor checks everything, and then the estimated delivery date, guys, becomes the 10th of March. I'm like, huh? Today's the 25th. You guys are giving me the 10th. The sauna is lying, because with these contractions, I'm not gonna eat out till the 10th of March. So then, I'm just like, okay. And then I call my husband. Okay, the nurse says, no, you have to wait for the doctor to write you notes in your card. I'm like, okay, but it will take a while because he's busy. And then I call my husband. I'm like, no, you guys can just go home. Just drive home. Once I'm done, I'll call you guys so you request a yango for me. And they're like, okay, Mashup, they go. After they went, they put me on this CPR or CPT, whatever machine, the one where you tie the thing on your belly. They put me on a drip and then they undressed me and then they put me on that machine to check the contractions and stuff, to keep track of it. The doctor comes and he's like, this baby cannot breathe. We have to give her a C-section immediately. And I'm like, what? How? From natural birth, guys? Just how is this happening? And then the doctor goes out and the nurses get me ready. They undress me into the other gown and stuff. And then, yeah. And then I call my husband and I'm like, the doctor said I'll have to get a C-section because the baby's struggling to breathe. So that means you have to come back now with the thing. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, no, the doctor said there are 2 ladies before me, so you have enough time to come. Fine. Thereafter, the doctor comes, gives me a paper to sign, and then he's like, he checks on the machine and he's like, no, this is emergency. Push those other ladies out. We need to go now. And I'm like, what? Okay. And then we go. Guys, I've never been that traumatized in my life. So they pushed me. Mind you, my husband is not there yet because he had to request a yango. And then it took forever. My husband didn't come. They pushed me in. I enter into the theater and it's dark. The room is dark. It looks evil. And there are scissors and whatever funny instruments should I say or what lying around. And I look up to the ceiling and there's blood. And in my head, all that goes is, my husband did not see me for the last time and I'm dying now. Guys, I've never had a surgery. So just imagine how traumatizing this could have been for me. So, we go in and then the dog funny instruments, should I say or what, lying around. And I look up to the ceiling and there's blood. And in my head, all that goes is, my husband did not see me for the last time and I'm dying now. Guys, I've never had a surgery. So just imagine how traumatizing this could have been for me. So, we go in and then the doctor tells me to sit up straight. I sit up straight and they are like, okay. They are giving me the, yeah, you know, the injection, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then I sit up straight. The first time she puts it in, I move because it's painful. And then she's like, no, you have to sit still. If you don't sit still, we're gonna do it over and over again. Okay, I sit still. She comes, I move again. Guys, it's painful. I move again. And then she's like, no, you have to do it over. The third time, the doctor that needs to do the surgery bursts out and he's like, we need to save your baby. Can you get serious and cooperate? And in my mind, I'm just like, all I said was, no, I didn't answer. And he was like, I'm talking to you. And I was like, yes, doctor. Very softly. Because guys, I am traumatized. I'm in another mental state here. And this man is going on with me. So this time, another doctor comes, pushes me from here, another one from here, so that I can just sit still. And then now, she manages to give me the anesthesia or whatever you call it. So now they have like this frozen something that they put on your legs and ask you whether you can feel it, whether you can feel it. And then I was like, no, I can't feel it. And then the doctor tells me, the female doctor tells me, if you stress or itch, you should tell me so that I stop everything. I'm like, okay, fine. She stands here and my eyes are closed, ever since I got on the plane, because in my mind I'm like, I'm dying now. My only prayer was, God, please save my baby and give my husband a normal life if he comes finding me dead here. Just give him a normal life thereafter. And then I could literally feel how they are cutting and moving things in me, but my eyes are closed and my tears are rolling down. So the doctor is like, it was a success, we need to close up, but they are talking there with each other. And then I'm like, God, you are amazing. God, guys, I don't know how I feel to date, but yes, God has been amazing. And then the doctor comes after cleaning her up and he's like, here's your baby, look, it is a girl. I'm like, thank you so much. But like, you cannot hear sound through my mouth. That is how numb I was. And thereafter, in my mind, I'm just like, hey, my husband is probably wondering what is happening, because he came and his wife is not there. And then fast forward, they take me to the ward and the sisters are like, okay, now you have to roll over to the next bed. I'm like, who? And they're like, we are talking to you, who else? And then they laugh and I'm like, but how with these teachers and stuff? And they're like, you need to do it very fast so you don't hurt yourself. In my head, I'm just like, God, how is this possible? And I roll over and I'm like, oh wow. So these people know when they tell us to do things. So then I roll over, I lie there, and maybe an hour thereafter they bring my baby to me. Guys, you are told that you cannot move for 6 hours, So my baby is here on my arm, but I cannot even move to I want to just eat her up because it's mine. So I just want to eat her up, but I can't because I'm not supposed to move. After the 6 hours, I start feeling how the medicine is going out, and then now the pain gets I was in so much pain. You are constantly in so much pain, and then after 12 hours they tell you to try walking, otherwise blood clots will form, so you need to walk. But I mean, I can't even sit up straight, so how do I walk? Imagine I need to walk to the bathroom. How do I do that? But guys, there's nothing that starts with you and it will surely not end with you. That is what my husband always emphasizes on. There is nothing that starts with you and there is nothing that will end with you. So you need to push and get it over and done with. Here I am. Here I am. But guys, one thing I also wanted to mention is, why do people go on about contractions being like the worst pain of childbirth? It's not. They never tell you about your nipples that will like tear apart and bleed and constantly pain for the first period that you give breast. So why do people go on about the contractions? I mean the pain after the contractions, where you can't even walk like a normal person, Why don't people talk about that? We should normalize talking about that. And guys, I will not get over the nipple pain. Honestly, I will not. So here I am, 2 months into postpartum, with a whole scar, a beautiful baby, postpartum skin, stretch marks, a lot of gain, but we are working on that. So for any mom, any new mom, or even an old mom, or whatever mom, be it a mom, doesn't matter how you gave birth or how your birth story was, you'll eventually get over it. And it's okay to not feel like yourself. It's okay to feel ugly. It's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel so much pain and feel like, what if you didn't have this baby to go through this? It's not bad to feel that way. You are human. It is normal to feel that way, but you will get past it. And to everybody else around mommies, please be supportive, because we need it, they need it. You never know, just be kind. So guys, that was my birth story, and we will keep vlogging, uploading. So please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe as we prepare to entertain you guys more.